hope we are all doing well. I think I'm going to do 2 videos today. So I'm going to do one now, just a brief one, just about how cheap is a raw plant-based lifestyle. And I know there's a lot of people that speculate that eating healthy is going to be expensive, but the reality of it is it's actually quite cheap, and obviously it depends on where you're living. But for me, obviously I'm very close to small markets that have a whole wide range of produce, and I know that they get their produce from the wholesale market, because I used to go there myself, but now because it's so convenient just down the road, and they know that I used to go there because I used to see them there, I actually get a better price for my food. So just as an example, for anyone that's starting out, that hasn't necessarily gone through the detoxification route, you know, spending a period of time on cleansing, for example, juicing, or you know, just I guess going onto like a raw plant-based diet for a particular period of time. Obviously over time, what I found is that I don't eat as much as I used to, whereas before I was like having so much food, and I'm not too sure whether that was just because, you know, my cells are more awake now, so they wanted to take in all that good nutrition, whereas before they were I guess they were suppressed. So yeah, now I don't eat as much as I used to, especially when I transitioned. So yeah, just as an example, so today would be one of my bigger eating meal days. So I spend typically between £5 to £10, and that's for everything I have for the day. And sometimes these foods will transition over to the next day. So yeah, today I brought 10 oranges for £1. I brought 2 honeydew melons, which are quite big, for £3 each, so that was £6. I brought 2 bunches of spinach, you know, the full stem, not just the leaves, that was 2 for £1.50. And I brought 2 bunches of spring onion, or scallion as you may know it as, for £1. So altogether I spent £9.50 today, whereas yesterday I think it was a cheaper day, so I think I spent about £7 yesterday. But yeah, it depends on what's in season, it depends on what I'm feeling to have to eat. If I'm juicing, for example, I could get like a box of whatever it may be, like pineapples, or yeah, it just depends, and I can get good deals. So that would probably cost around £6, and then that would last me like 2 to 3 days, two days at a minimum. So that's like £3 a day. Obviously I buy a bulk shop, so I buy a lot of seeds online, so that's where I do all my sprouting, and the seeds will last me months and months and months. They will last me, I'd probably say they'll last me about 3 months, and that's me having sprouts every day. And they're very inexpensive, and obviously it's not time consuming for me, but if you're someone that's in a rush and don't have the time to soak the seeds and do the whole sprouting process, then I can see it could be quite tedious task. So yeah, and then obviously once I've soaked and sprouted my seeds, I then will ferment them, which gives you so much more nutrition from those as well, which I do sell those. So yeah, that's like a whole 14-day process, but I have 2 going at the same time, so while one's fermenting, I've got another one that's already sprouting. So yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to kind of go over how cheap this lifestyle actually is. And yes, I understand that you could probably get chicken and chips for like £2 or whatever, but you really can't put a price on your health. And you know, when you start utilizing, start opening your mind to the abundance that's around, so you can forage and get so much stuff which is organic and it's just free from Mother Nature, you really then start cutting down on the cost. So yeah, in the winter time, there's still a wide variety of produce that I can get, but obviously in the summertime things seem to be a lot cheaper, so I can get like big watermelons for quite cheap. So yeah, and as well, it just depends on where you're living. So if you're living somewhere where it's very, very cheap and abundant, then I guess you can definitely utilize this. But I would definitely say it's so important to go through the process of detoxing and cleaning your vessel, and then you'll truly see like how much you can utilize, how much foods you actually you don't need to have so much food to get so much nutrition from them. So as I've said, like over time I'm not eating as much, and that's because my body's able to extract a lot of more nutrients from the foods that I'm consuming, whereas before I had to have a lot more just for my body to be able to get some sort of nutrition from them. So now I can like really cut down on how much I'm consuming, because my body's able to extract a lot more, and I know that over time my body's just going to keep being able to extract more and more and more and more and more. You know, my sweet treat, if you want to call it a treat, is buying mature dates. And for some people may think, oh, that's not a sweet treat, that's not a treat, or that's not a bad thing. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing, but digestion wise it would be better for you to soak them and then consume them, because obviously the dates are quite dry. So yeah, that's my sweet treat. And then I like to buy wild rice as well, which is quite expensive, but I do like to have that with my meals as well. So what I do with the wild rice, I don't cook it, I just bloom it. So that's basically I put it in the blender for a little bit just to score it so that it's able to absorb the water better, and then I do that overnight so it's soaked in water in my dehydrator, and then it fluffs up and it comes fluffy and just basically just like rice, but so much more healthier because it's not a grain, it's a seed. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over that briefly. So yeah, if you're someone that's kind of toying with the idea or feels like you're in a conflict of, oh, this lifestyle is quite expensive, actually it's very, very cheap. And if you're someone that goes to supermarkets, you can definitely take advantage of all the super sixes, you know, the weekly specials. You know, if I'm ever passing or I'm with family and I go to the supermarket, because I don't really go to supermarkets anymore, then I'll have a look to see what they've got. And yes, for the most part they're not organic, but you can still yield amazing results with produce that's not organic. You know, you can, there's ways of working around it. So yeah, if you're someone that's toying with the idea, then I'd definitely say look through my posts, look through my videos, look through my YouTube channel. I have a lot of content there, and I have a lot of information that will help and guide you along your way. And as I continue to learn, I will continue to share. So yeah, I guess the ball's in your court. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day ahead. As I said, I will do another live. I will do probably another live in maybe like an hour or two. So yeah, if you see this video and you're available, do stay tuned, and I'm open to answering any questions that you have. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.